Okay, good day, everyone. You are welcome to today's live stream, and it's such a wonderful time out here. Uh, our discussion this evening is really timely. Is what we ought to know, and if you are in Nigeria, if you are in Africa, wherever you are in the world, if you have been following up on happenings in most parts of the continent, especially in Nigeria, you will know that is really worthy of discussion. But before we start today's discussion, I would like to just run a video with us, and I want us to contribute to this serious topic of today. Okay. Fitawarari Fitness says peace. Oh, peace to you too. Okay, we have Stacy Pruitt. Okay, hello from Missouri. Wow. Um, Lisa G from Massachusetts. Love you guys. Wow, thank you so very much. Let me quickly state here, a lot of persons have been asking us, they've been sending chats that what is happening in Nigeria, what is happening in Africa, what is happening, blah, blah, blah. You know what? The path that we have chosen to tread on this channel is to ensure that we help African youth, empower them, take them out of the possibility of being used as economic destabilization tools. But presently, the situation we are facing in Nigeria and in Africa, we need more of God's intervention. But I just want to play a video. I want to play this video. Let's just watch this video, then we'll start up the conversation from there. So I really want to know your opinion after this video.
Frontier of our world and preparing our escape route. Ifai, who's bring you greetings from Pastor Ifai, who's busy taking care of a frontier of our world and preparing our escape route. If you don't have a plan B, I know you have faith, but I have faith too, but I have a plan B. And with technology, I can speak to you from anywhere in the world. Get yourself a plan B, whether that's an Okada to Cameroon, or a flying boat or speedboat as we call them, to Seme-Border, or a hole in the ground, a bunker. Get a plan B, because these people are crazy. They're nutters, the whole bunch of them. And wait and watch the signs, because it can happen like this. God Christ, I bring you greetings from Pastor Ifai.
Okay, from from that video that I just played, there is a whole lot that is going on around Nigeria, around Africa, and I don't want to talk too in depth, but I just want to state the fact that Nigeria is presently going through a period of some challenges, if I may put it that way. It's going through a whole lot of challenges now, and people tends to be like, they are afraid. They don't know what is the next thing that can happen in this country, which happens to be which happens to be, it's not even one of the, which happens to be the best, as in the most the best represented or the most populous black country. Let me just say the most populous black country in Africa. Nigeria is on a stage that the whole world is looking at us. They are expecting, some are expecting good from us, some are expecting the worst from us. But over here at Cetro's vlog, we are just going to say that all our youth should just be very careful, so that we don't help the external factors to destabilize our own land. Because let me tell you, just like you see that particular video you saw is a man of God, one of the ministers in Nigeria. He was talking about plan B. Then when I saw that video, I was now asking myself some questions. Do people really have plan B in this country? Or if I'm to rephrase that, how many Nigerians have plan B in case anything goes up? Let's expand it forward. What about other African countries that they are seeing signs of like upcoming trouble, dangers, and the likes of it? Do these people, what's the percentage of people in each of these countries that are troubled country that have the plan B, the so-called plan B? Because I tell you, for you to have a plan B, I really understand what the man of God there was talking about. The plan B, that maybe in case there is war, maybe that in case there is sudden uprising and the likes, people should have another plan that can save their family, that can take them out of the possibility of going into. I'm just choosing my words very carefully. But I tell you, what do you expect in a country that people are living below $2? When I mean people, larger percentage of the people in this country, they are living below $2 per day, $2 per day. When you now talk of plan B, I'm wondering how many people will really be able to afford the plan B. And that is where the challenge comes, because most people are not empowered. Businesses are not thriving. People are still hungry. How many people can afford to board a plane in case there is war? I'm going to be specific now. In case there is war in Nigeria, how many people are going to be able to board a plane? Come closer, please. How many people are going to be able to board a plane to travel out of the country, to run out of the country? And that is where we Africans, especially Nigeria, we call on God, because we just know that we can't do this thing by ourselves, because you have not even finished feeding your family. Where are you going to have the money to jet out of the country?
Or to say
I
you want to
I
take.
want to listen to people. I don't want to talk too much today. We want to listen to people. We want to hear your own opinion, because God forbid that there is a war in this country, or there is a war in any African country. How do we plan, make our plan B? I want to listen, because I also want to tell you, I'm going to tell you a shocker, but I want to listen to people's comment first. And if you would like to join us on this live stream, we welcome you. I'll be sending the link for this live stream so that you join us live. Let's look at Faith. Faith says exactly, that is a serious point. Wow. Okay, that's a serious point, because how many of us can afford plan B? Peter Powell says you're correct. The globalists want to own everything and don't care about your family or mine. They will cause wars to get what they want. Stay safe. The third world, I believe the third world war is coming, is what they say. Okay, I pray we don't get to that.
Yes, so because
because if we are talking about that, my people here are still trying to see food to feed themselves.
people are really suffering.
People are
in
really
Africa
going through a
here.
whole lot. And that is why on this channel we have been going to villages to go and help these poor, not by giving them money, but by giving them opportunity to learn skills and the likes that can be making them money. Now, we are now faced with another challenge, a threat to peace. And that is why I'm calling on anyone watching this video. Let's take the path of peace. Let's take the path of peace, because I don't understand. People are just, the noise of war is everywhere. Israel just started their home war. Serious fighting going on, I think in Jerusalem or what have you. Now, we don't want this because all Africans should just know that what is happening in Nigeria, the biggest country, as in the largest black country or the most populous black country, is not even reported globally. Meaning that I saw an interview that somebody was saying that is not important. It's not of utmost importance to them. That's why the popular media, they are not even talking about it and the likes. Now, if we now allow ourselves to go into war, that means that we are just strictly on our own. So I'm begging our youth, I'm begging our people to tread the path of peace, because I still believe that there is a prophecy concerning Africa. There is a goodwill coming to Africa. There is something great that is still possible to be achieved here without war. So I just want to listen to people before we start delving in. Then Stacy Poe say we can call on God. Amen. Yes, we can call on God. Yeah. But I was also looking at, it's good that we are also not taking everything into our hands. We need to carry everything and hang it over to God. And sometimes also, God also loves us to have plan B. Yes, you might not believe that, but if you look at the Bible, even when Jesus Christ was given birth to, there was a plan B that moved him out of Egypt, moved him out of Israel to Egypt. Jesus was taken to Africa, which is Egypt, to be kept there, away from the possibility of being killed as a baby. So when people are saying you should have a plan B, I think is also right, because majority of these politicians that are just not caring much about their people, they already have this plan B. In short, is their plan A. Their plan B is their plan A before they do whatever they have been doing. So the next question now is, how secure is other countries that you are even going to? Because I've been asking myself several questions upon question, and just like I said, I've been thinking of which country I should go to, because we should just have a plan B. It's not everything that we can say with our mouth. We are seeing a lot. You know, there's a huge difference between somebody that is speaking about Nigeria and you're not based in Nigeria. You understand? You might be a Nigerian, but you are outside the country. There is a huge difference between you and we that are here. We that are here, we know, I'm sorry to say, we know more than you that are outside. We know more, we see more of what is happening here. But some of us have just given up our mind that we are not going to allow what we are seeing to determine who we are. We are still going to give hope to people. We are still going to go out to assist
That's
this
why,
youth.
despite all that happening, the insecurity, you still see us trying to even travel. We just see that there are some dangerous terrains we
Yeah.
can't go to right now, but the ones that we still pray to God and God gives us a go ahead, we still try to travel and locate some of these youths, and you still see these youths in the villages that are left, that if people don't go to them now and help them, they will be the ones to be used for the evil.
Yeah.
And it's just like a youth trying to do his exams and could not get money to do his final exams. The parents got little money. And when I heard the story from when my husband came back from his last travel, very handsome young chap, he couldn't do his WAEC, his college exams, because the money he paid, they struggled to pay for
Not
him.
college, high school.
High school exam. That's what secondary school. The school now used it to pay for extramural lessons instead of paying for the exam. So the boy was stranded. The boy was just saying, "I'm like this. I think if I can learn something now, I want to learn tiling or something like that. If Citrus Foundation can help me." And tears were about coming out of my eyes. And this is what we're saying, that despite all that is happening, we just choose to look away from what is happening and to go in search of these youths that might be the ones to be used to trigger what the evil people want, because there are evil people everywhere, whether outside Africa or in Africa, in the world, there are evil people. Even when God created the world, you still saw that there are still some bad elements that have grown out of it. So that is why we're just trying to say we focus on the right, because is it those people in the village they want to say of a plan B? Is it somebody that has not eaten? The other
That will
guy,
be thinking of plan B.
you didn't see that other small boy that is an orphan that don't have father and mother that was looking dejected. So many stories of youths that are forgotten there in the villages here in Africa. We've just picked some local villages as in some states, and we've seen a handful. We have not even seen, not to talk of, we've not even been to all the villages. Oh, and you're seeing frustrated youths that if help doesn't get to them on time, they can just turn out to be the ones to be used for whatever the evil people want. And that's what we're canvassing for today, that we're talking about this plan B and all the likes. Like, it's good we have a plan B, but the greatest plan B we can make now, for now, as fellow humans, is that plan B of love. Try to show love to the next person to you. I think what we're suffering from is that lack of love, where these youths, and that's what we're trying to go after them. We are trying to go after them despite the insecurity in Africa, in Nigeria right now. We are still trying to say we're not going to give up. Yes, he's going to talk about plan B, but we still want to make sure that because these people everywhere, is it in the villages, is it? Oh
Hello.
God.
I just came back from some villages this last week, that I even escaped a very serious accident.
Accidents. And you now
Going
came back with your
going
enemy came
to
back with typhoid and
when I
malaria.
now got back from those villages because of the water contaminations and the like. Then the hotel that I stayed in, because we were trying to manage our fund so that we'll be able to assist those youths. When I came back, the hotel I stayed, it was mosquito infested. So I came back with malaria and typhoid, and that's what I've been treating ever since. That's why I've not been able to edit more videos and upload. We have so many stories we've covered, life stories that when you hear, you feel like crying. Now we are now having additional stuffs coming in, which is stories about I don't want to say it, but it's like everybody is just talking about war coming up, war. I believe that a lot of people talking about war have not seen one before.
Yes, yes.
Maybe they have been told about war, but they've not seen war before. Because during war, missiles do not know that your house is on that street. And the challenge is that it is human beings that fight war. And why do people really fight war? People fight war when they are pushed to the wall and they are reacting against something. We have large numbers of youth in Africa. In short, we have large numbers of youth in Nigeria, more than every other class of people. Now, these youth, they do not have work. A lot of them are jobless. A lot of them, they don't have means of survival. Just as if we know that something like this might be coming up. That's why we decided to give our time out to go and be empowering these youth by paying for their trainings and buying them their startup machine. But what I'm seeing now is like some persons are just not thinking slow and fast to really rise up to make sure that this evil that is looming against Nigeria, against Africa, doesn't happen. You know why I continue to say Nigeria and Africa? Because Nigeria's population, God forbid that there should be war. Nigeria's population, no country in Africa can house Nigeria's population. Forget all this story that you are hearing that we're about 200 million. That is paper documentation. I can tell you that in reality, we are more than 200 million. In reality, you will be shocked to find out that we are more than 200 million, and that will shake any country. No country can take Nigeria as a refugee. Oh. No single country, in short, no 10 countries in Africa can take Nigeria as refugee. And I want Nigerians to please, let's draw to God and let's change our attitude. Let's start caring for our youth.
That is,
Let's start caring for our youth, because what is happening now, people are shouting war, 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 war. If
if there
this
are no people to fight the war, there will be no war. Is it a man 70 years old that will go and carry AK-44? No. It's agile youths that are frustrated. I say, I don't have mother, I don't have father, I don't have food to eat, I don't have a house.
You can see my wife is saying AK-44, meaning that she doesn't even know that it's AK-47. That means she has not seen war
I've
before.
never seen war.
And I pray that people like this should not see war.
I will never see.
Because I tell you, war is not a good experience. War is never a good experience. I'm talking as if I've seen war before, because I have dreamt about war. And when I woke up, I was so glad that it was a dream, because it was horrible, it was bad. It was that bad. And I continue to pray every day. I consistently pray for this country that there should be no war. War is not, it's not an experience that I want for this country. So wherever you are in the world, don't allow yourself to be used to stage manage war in this beautiful country called Nigeria. Because we have plenty youth here that are already hungry. They are starving. They need jobs. They need to be able to feed themselves, feed their families. Some of them, they are seeing themselves as not useful to Mother Earth. So if there is war, those are the kind of people that we kill for fun, because it can degenerate into psychosomatic disorder. That plenty gram I just released is madness. Just see people killing for fun because they know that they have nothing to lose. Let's take some comments. Okay. Oh, whoa, somebody just gave us wow, who's this? Oh, Jim Barak
again.
Wow, Jim Barak, thanks so much. Oh, please get a portable water filter for travels. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for this. I will try and do that, because actually where I traveled to, I was really if you look at my face, you will know that I've leaned, my neck, everything has just fallen. I was seriously down because of typhoid and malaria. Wow. Okay, I'm seeing people joining us. If you want to join the live stream, I'll welcome you in. I can see people at the backstage, so I'll be adding you guys to come up very soon. Now let's read more comments. I want the comments to be coming in, because this is a very sensitive topic and we just need to address it, because I don't like the way people are shouting war, as if war is just like biscuits. Nigeria is not ready for war. Nigeria is not ready for
At
war.
all.
Please. Nigeria is not ready for war. If the whole world likes to fight war, let the world be fighting war. But this country is not ready for war, because people are really suffering here. Not even people, youth are really suffering here, and these are the people that can become suicide bombers if we don't take care of them. Anywhere you are, do your best to assist any youth around you, in any African country, in any country that you find yourself. That's what we have given ourselves over to. Even with all these ones, let me tell you, there are a lot of insecurity in this country. Everybody knows that. It's not something to hide. Even the last travel that I had to be going to so many villages, there are some villages I couldn't go to because of insecurity reasons and because of security matters. You hear that they just kidnapped this, they just did that, they just killed some people in that village and that village. I don't want to talk about that. But I will still continue to help these youths, because they are in need. They are dying in the villages. These are youths that do not have access to phones, they do not have access to internet, and those are the kind of youth that somebody can just gather them and tell them something and give them small money, go and kill. They will just go and do it. So please, we do not want people to be talking about war in this country. Okay, Stacy says we can call on God. Yeah, very true. We can call on God. We will also come to the part B, which is plan B. Okay, Winnie Tiong says nowhere to hide. Seriously, there is nowhere to hide. So the only place to hide is your where you are currently now. So far it's peaceful, because if it's not peaceful, you'll be forced to run out. Lem M says Jesus is coming back. He will judge evil. Keep looking up. Put your faith in him. Yeah, yeah. You put your faith in him, and you also add work to faith. Because the Bible says faith without work is dead. Miriam Masipa says, hi family, hi Miriam. Um, Game Game Pumi says, is such a planned strategy from okay, okay. How do you mean about that? Okay, for those of you that want to join us on the live stream, this is the link for you to join us up. Let's not lose our joy. Whatever happens in this world, let's still maintain our joy. Elijah Alice, I can see you at the background. I'll be adding you soon. Then okay, yeah. Okay, let's look at game game amp me says all of these elections across the continent is fueling this youth frustration. Wow, seriously, seriously, I tend to agree with what you are saying. Okay, she is now saying prayer and fasting and teaching. Exactly, prayer and fasting is good, but I love it when you ended it up with teaching. um we have taken it upon ourselves. We've been going to several places, we've been going to several villages to talk to these youth, to let them know that what they need is to get engaged in doing something,
to discover their
to discover their
talents and
talents,
skills.
and purpose for living, because that's what will make them to know what to do and what not to do. Because when people do not understand the purpose why they are living, they will live for anything. Okay,
And that anything could be
and that anything,
true of
yeah.
destabilization.
Okay, I think oh my god, I saw a mosquito there and I'm still treating mosquito. So sorry about that distraction. Okay, Faith says we really need God's intervention because the ordinary man is still struggling to fend for themselves and families, not to talk of plan B. You understand? God bless us and Nigeria will flourish again.
Amen. So this is a youth too.
This is a youth too. This is a youth that is, I'm happy that this is a youth that is saying this. And this youth that you are seeing here happens to be one of the youth that we supported their business strategy. We gave them platform for them to push their business forward. And I'm so happy she's doing well in fashion now. And she's making a whole lot of sense here. Somebody like this youth now, you can't go and meet her and say, take AK-47, go and fight. Why? Because she knows that she has stable means of livelihood. So she will not fall prey to that. You can't advise this beautiful youth now to go and do prostitution. She will tell you that, are you okay? Because she has a means of livelihood. So those are what is propelling us to do what we currently do, and that's why we decided to set up a foundation to help the African youth across Africa. Now that people are shouting war, all over the continent, all over this thing, it's just getting me, it's making me unhappy, because this is not what I wish for my people. I do not wish my people to go into another level of war. What I intend for them is to have a flourishing life on this earth. Okay, now we have Gimabu says, yes, repent to Yahweh. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, it's like Gimapu is really ready for us today. Says no war, it's too raw. Okay, we need to war spiritually against wickedness, hate, and ignorance. Exactly, this is it. The only war that we should embark on is the spiritual war. We need to fight this thing spiritually. We need to pray against the spirit of war, destruction, and ignorance.
Then hatred.
Hatred also.
That means, and the opposite, if you don't have hatred, you have love. Love is kind, is generous, it's giving. So when you see someone, you see a youth, that youth might be at the verge of what's it called, suicide, or at the verge of going into something mysterious, but maybe you just show that youth little love and
Love,
say,
yeah.
can you just take this cup of cold water? Just say, who are you? Maybe that youth is already hostile because of all that he has gone through in
Oh,
life.
I think so sorry. Let me just bring in some persons here. I think we have people joining us live now. We have Nube, Nubin me, Nubin me.
Then
Okay, Nubin me, are you there?
Yes, brother and sister, this is Game at Me, the one who is,
Oh,
you know. I just want to say just so much love. I'll show you my face right here. Yeah, so you know
oh,
I'm a real person. I just really am blessed to just what you guys are doing right now, and if we can support in any way, we just got to keep on praying and know that this is a strategy of the enemy and we've already won, but it
hmm,
is faith without works is dead, and we really have to keep on focusing on our African brothers and sisters on the continent and here in the States. I'm coming from the States, and um
wow,
I didn't want to interrupt what you're saying. I have a sister here. Her name is Nicole. So I'm gonna turn off the camera, listen to you guys, and introduce you to her because she goes to Nigeria all the time, and she's a reggae artist and sister. And I think that's the thing we have to understand. We are God's children. We are Yahweh Elohim's children, and we're 12 tribes, and we suffered so much with this transatlantic slave trade, and they're trying to cover up. As long as we can remember and keep on teaching and edifying the students and supporting, and no war, no war, the war is in
yeah,
here,
yes,
so
yes,
I
yes.
just want to say I love you guys. You guys are so beautiful. You're a beautiful family and so real and so funny and so much love, even though you
Wow,
guys go through so much, so thank you. We have your back. We're here to support
wow,
by any means necessary through prayer. And thank you. Thank you for putting me on. I know there's a whole bunch
wow,
of people, but I hope this is family. So I just want to say I love you
yeah,
guys. I love y'all. Let's keep on doing
wow,
this. Let's know we're gonna win. Yahweh Elohim, 12 tribes.
hmm,
We are the true
hmm,
Israel, the true book.
yeah,
We know this, and
wow.
and in Nigeria, I know you think some of our Rastafari brothers are crazy, but we know
And
what's happening. We are in the
yeah,
Bible. Trust me, we know
hmm,
who His Majesty and who Christ is. We just
hmm,
all got to know who we are to each other and just
hmm,
continue doing
wow,
it. So much love to you
wow,
guys. So I'm gonna get off the camera and I'm gonna go surprise my sister Nicole. So continue reasoning. Thank you, family. We love
wow.
you.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank
Merci
you,
beaucoup. Thank you. Thank you.
thank
I'm
you
from
so very
Thank,
IET. My family's from
whoa,
IET. So I'm your sister from far away.
wow, wow, wow. So nice having
so
you.
we're so
Give
grateful having
thanks.
you.
Yeah.
Bless
Yeah.
you.
But,
Bless you. So
but
I'm gonna
We
now,
turn off the
what?
camera.
Okay, watch out for a video that I'll be editing. It's because I was down with typhoid. I would have edited it. I did a video talking about the what's it called? How our brothers and sisters were taken away from Africa through a place called Badagry in Nigeria. So
But I
yeah,
agree.
yeah. So I did a full video. I went there with my family, covered it, went to the point of no return, covered
Yeah.
the historical fact, and I'll be showcasing it very soon. So
Well, we definitely will spread it with our family because in the Haitian, especially the Haitian island, because that's the memory we remember, the
wow,
Badagry. That is something that
wow,
we remember. And so
hmm,
it's us remembering and connecting in the islands, Africa
wow,
and the islands. Um,
wow, hmm,
we're here. We give
wow,
thanks to the
wow.
Most High. Never, don't stop, no quit. I'm going to
Okay.
get on mute and go get my sister. So she'd be like, what?
Uh,
Badagry. Yes, mama. Yes, papa.
yeah.
Merci beaucoup. So I'm gonna stop
Okay.
right there. Thank you,
Yeah.
God. Thank you,
Yeah.
Abba. Thank you, Yeshua. We winning. But it
Yeah.
is the political elections. If we can tell the children this is all game,
Hmm.
separation. It is
Hmm.
purposely all these elections that are happening, boom, 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 boom. Remember, a lot of
Hmm.
people may be our skin, but they're not our kin. And we got to remember that,
Hmm.
even though they are our
Hmm.
kin, they've already
Hmm.
sold out. So
Hmm.
we got to sell in, sew in,
Hmm.
sew in,
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
us, in this, you know. So
Wow. Wow.
I will
Wow.
pause for the cause for education and letting the people, the
Wow.
children know. If you don't
Wow.
stand for something, they'll fall for anything.
Anything. Yeah.
So we gotta
Yeah.
be strong in who we are. Thank you,
Yeah.
family. Thank you for giving me the
Thank
time.
you.
I'll pause for the cause. Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Yahweh
Okay.
Elohim
Thank
bless
you
him.
very
Thank
much. Yeah. Bye bye.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's so nice listening to our sister there, New Being Me. It's so nice listening to New Being Me. And with that, we welcome more people to join us live so that we can really talk about this as a family, because we don't want war in this country. Nigeria is not a country that is ready for war, and we will never be ready for war. So what we want is the mindset of everyone to be reset towards total liberation by being productive and living in the path of love, not hate. Because hate, anywhere hate is prevalent, you have war. You said I should go to where?
Food school.
Okay, so that's it. With that being said, okay, I have another person here, Elijah Alice. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
The noise on your background is heavy, very heavy noise. Hello. Okay, I'll wait
Yes,
for you.
sir.
I'll wait for you when the noise at the background is reduced. Let's go through what people are saying. Okay, wow, we have someone here also. Bujunoi. Hello, family. Hello, Bujunoi. It's nice having you here. Then we have Stacy Poet. Oh, see my Stacy. I just love the yellow on you. You are very beautiful, and God bless the both of you for all the help you are giving to the youth. Thank you so much. We say amen to that.
Thank
We say amen to that, and
you.
we appreciate all of you that have been supporting us on this channel. All those that have been supporting us on this channel, that have been in one way or the other helping us to be able to assist our youth in Africa. We are so glad. Those that have been helping to sponsor our travels to the villages, we are so glad. We say thank you for making it possible for us to go into these neglected villages to go and pick out youth. We have loads. Presently, we have over 40 youths that are waiting on us. They are waiting for us to pay for their training. They are waiting for us to buy them their machines. And that's why I'm looking at people talking about war. We are not talking about war here. We are talking about empowering this our youth, making them discover purpose for living. So nobody should bring war to our doorstep. So, and we pray that wherever the war is coming from, it will return back there. So we have Jim Barak here. Yes, no being me. Put pressure on at full city on. Okay. Okay, Jim Barak, I'm trying to comprehend what this.
On Twitter, maybe.
Okay, on
It's
Twitter.
like he knows
Okay.
New Being Me on
Okay.
Twitter.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Please, let's.
Yeah.
Ire. Jim Barak is greeting in Rastafarian style. Okay. Brian Gerard Austin says, morning from Australia. Wow. Oh,
Monday.
you're already on. Yeah, wow, that's serious.
Australia.
That's why Australia is a very, very far place.
Monday 17th, already 4:35 a.m.
Yeah.
That's great. We are still here. Sunday 16th.
Yeah.
This 8:09 p.m. How many hours?
That's a very long.
Like 8 hours plus.
Okay, so Brian Gerard Austin, your will I say okay, morning to you, since you are already in the morning of your place there. Now let's look at what we are looking. Let's talk about something else here. I will be honest with you. If you listen to that, I think I should just play that. You know what this particular pastor is talking about is something that we should just play over again. Let's leave it.
The frontier of our world and preparing our escape route. Preparing our escape route. If you don't have a plan B, I know you have faith, But I have faith too, but I have a plan B. And with technology, I can speak to you from anywhere in the world. Get yourself a plan B, whether that's an Okada to Cameroon, or a flying boat or speedboat as we call them, to Seme-Border, or, you know, a hole in the ground, a bunker. Get a plan B, because these people are crazy. They're nutters, the whole bunch of them. And wait and watch the signs, because it can happen like this. God.
Okay.
So true. So true.
Okay. No, me, I'm
Amen.
listening.
Amen. Amen. So I
Okay.
have my sister here. She's kind of
Wow.
shy. So here she is.
Oh,
Here she is. Hello.
wow. Oh, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You both look beautiful as well. It's so good to hear your voices and your message today.
So, what's your take on this?
Yes, I think
Feel free to.
I love what you're saying as far as empowering the youth, you know. I've been blessed by the Lord to come
Hmm.
and also do some empowerment in Nigeria with the
Oh,
youths. So it was really nice. I got to do the second annual girl program
okay.
with the guidance of and so yes, I've been to Nigeria several times, and we've been doing outreach to African youth for over a decade now.
Ethiopia.
Okay.
Yeah, Ethiopia, what people call refugees, right? I don't like that term refugee, because these are just
Hmm.
misplaced people of war and other
Yeah.
circumstances that other people have, you know, put other people in, you know. And I'm
Hmm.
just today, it's on my heart to say, I just wish Nigeria peace. I wish Africa peace, and you know, that the youths can find that world where they can be supported and be in a world that supports them rather than be
Hmm.
against them, you know, because it seems
Hmm.
like there's just so much against them now and everything that's going on. But you know, with ones and ones that are like-minded, such as yourselves, then we can begin to build this world for them,
Hmm.
this world that they really deserve, this world that God really wants us to be in, not the world that man has tampered with and war and rumors of war all the time, you know? So that's my take on it. Just wishing peace.
And this is my little sister Nikki V, and she's a phenomenal lady, and she's taught me so much. So Nicole Victory. She's. I love you guys, and we're part of your family. And everyone who's speaking out, fire, fire, fire. Rights, okay? Fire, rights, tribe. Don't forget Ibrahim, okay? This is
Hmm.
our story. We're getting hijacked, and we can't do it no more. We can't have it for the youth. So, like y'all were saying, no war. The only war
Hmm.
is mentally, spiritually,
Yeah.
discerning, and to teach the children how to discern. And education. That's the thing. The world knows that the continent is the savior for everyone. So
Hmm.
what they're going to try to do, have the children, just like they do in Los Angeles, have the kids kill off each other with color and war and madness. So youth
Hmm.
out there in Africa, please do not follow the way of the West. It's
Hmm.
death.
Hmm.
Okay? They take your
Hmm.
stuff and they remix it and give it
Hmm.
back to you with a
Hmm.
bad voodoo. You feel me? So we got to take back who we are and give thanks to the Most High and repent and say, not my way, Father, your way. Ask the Most High.
Hmm.
Youth, every day, ask the Most High. He's the one who's given you that je ne sais quoi, that gift, that whatever it is that he put in you. So ask the
Hmm.
Most High and the Holy Spirit and our Kingsman Redeemer, Yeshua HaMashiach. Some people call him Jesus. Some people call him Yes I. So I call him Yes Us. Ask
Hmm.
him that your will, your desire, comes straight in line with his will for your life. Children,
Hmm.
I'm saying children, we're all children of the Most High, even us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ask the
yeah,
Most
yeah.
High, this is what you gave me. This is my desire. Have it connect with your will and let me be on fire for you, not burn on fire for them. You feel me? So that's all I gotta say. Ja, Rastafari. Yahweh
I,
Elohim.
and you know the stuff is that that has been a burning passion within us that I even have to leave my family. Despite all this, there are so many things happening in this country that, let me tell you, I can never come here to say it. I can never come here to say it. But the best I would do is, the more evil I see going on in this country, I will now be doing more good
Good.
to
Right.
counter
That's
the
it.
evil, because talk is cheap, talk
Tell it.
is easy, everyone can talk about it. But I and my family, I and my wife, we want to be part of the solutions to it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I tell you,
Be about it.
we went to some villages. There are some videos I cannot show. We went to some villages. You will know that these people, if anybody give them $5 to go and kill, they will definitely go to kill for $5. So what do we do in that circumstances? What we do is that we get to those villages, we play with them so that they can accept us first. We now tell them what they are
Yes.
supposed to do in life. We ask them what about their dream. Do you know that even some families have never taken it upon themselves to ask their children, what do you love to do? So
Exactly.
we now come in as strangers and asking them, what would you like to do? Some of them are
Simple.
ashamed of saying it, but by the time they say it, they see the excitement in us. They were shocked that, so somebody loved what I wanted to do.
Yes.
Pres-
Yeah.
Presently, some of them, they've been going to school, they've been going to secondary school, which you guys call high school over there.
Mhm.
But what they want to do is auto mechanics.
Wow.
Mechanics. Yes. They don't
Mhm.
want to go through the normal school of going to
Yeah.
do technical drawing and the like. They
They want
want
to learn it by
practical.
the roadside.
They,
Practical. Practical
yeah.
skill
So
development.
what we did was to pay for their training instantly. We paid for we had three mechanics. We paid for two of them instantly. They started. The whole village was agog. They were like, "What? Can this
Exactly.
still happen in this Nigeria?" Nigeria is not all about bad people. We still have
Exactly.
good. We still have good people here. But the challenge is that it is largely the bad people that are reported about. They just
Exactly.
they
So
just being the
I'm
right.
gonna say what you're doing is, you know how you said you can give them $5 to kill. We need to give them $10 to live. One hand and one hand. ten
That is
dollars
it.
to live. Two
That is
hands to
it.
make it happen.
You
Yes,
know
I.
the good thing is that as we speak now, all the three mechanics, they are being registered. They are learning their mechanics now, and they are so happy. Their parents are happy.
That's
Now,
good.
when once they get back from the school, they go to the mechanic workshop. Where is the time to go and join gangs?
Right.
They
Exactly.
come back late,
Exactly. And
tired,
that's
and they
Now, but in like those that are learning mechanics, in 1 year we are going back to the village to go and do mass graduation for all of them. I will
yes,
I will do
yes,
the
yes.
I will do the live stream here. We paid for some. There was a girl that said all she wanted in life is that she wants to learn how to sell building materials. You can
Mhm.
imagine a girl of about 11, 12 years. That was her passion. I
Yeah.
took her I took her immediately to where they are selling the building materials, and I paid for her.
Amen. Well, you
The
have
girl
some
was,
sponsors here. You have some sponsors here. Just
we are
you gotta share.
we have, yeah, we have people that are helping us
yes.
on, because we have a foundation called Cetros Foundation. So we have people on this channel. We just contribute the little that we are fashion designers. The little money that we make, end of the once we sell anything, we keep part for the foundation. Our friends on this channel, contribute to that. Some people, maybe when we are doing live stream, they contribute via super chats to us, like Jim Barak. Jim Barak is not even an African. He's from the US,
Exactly.
but
Every
every day
day.
he contributes, both by
Wow.
sending super chat or by sending what's it called, through send wave to us.
Or
So
Patreon.
our Patreon, we go to these villages. This is what we have been doing.
And some
And
persons contribute to us through our PayPal
yeah, our
accounts.
PayPal account and
We
likes.
are so
So
grateful.
that's what is giving us joy. We meet people in the morning, and by night we have already changed their stories. But where
Oh yeah.
what I will not, and that's why we are doing this today. What I will not take is that after doing all this effort, some group of persons should now come to now stage war in our country that we are trying to fix. No, we will not sit back and allow it happen, because the people that are calling for war, they are not in this country with us. I have my wife and 3 kids. Where do I take them to? I'm just a normal Nigerian that is trying to take care of my family. I don't have that money to relocate everybody abroad. But these people that are calling for war, any moment they just pick their ticket and they are flown out.
Exactly.
Is it people that are
Instigators.
thinking of
Instigators.
dollar
So they
to
have the
it?
money that they have stashed somewhere. They want to cause war here so that they can run to one island to go and enjoy it with their family. They are not thinking right. And that's why we are coming, we are doing our best to re-educate the mind of these
These
youths,
youths.
to make them know that
Right.
if anybody is asking you to go and kill, tell them to pick the phone and call their children in Canada, call their children in the United States, call their forefathers in the grave to come and fight the war,
Amen.
because our youth are not
Yeah.
fighting any war.
And what does the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy? So the minute somebody, we got to remind our children that the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy. And if
And
anybody come
destroy.
with that message, you better look at them some other way and pack them out of there. That's your
Yeah.
job. Expose the devil, because that's who the devil is. And this is what you're doing so beautiful. No wonder you guys have some style. I'm ready to fashion model some of your clothes. Do it. Yes, that's why you have such style, fashionista.
I think that in terms of war and
Hmm.
from being in Nigeria and seeing people praise me because of my skin color, right?
Terrible.
Just because they see a lighter skinned person, they don't even understand identify as being black because I'm African American in America, right?
Okay.
So automatically they treat me a certain type of way because they think it's a white person.
Preach this.
So with that being said, I've noticed that Nigerians amongst themselves treat each other not the greatest. There's still a lot of tribal conflict. There's still a lot of discrimination based on what tribes people come from. There is a lot of just people not treating each other how they want to be treated. Which, if Nigeria
Mhm.
has so much Christian churches and Christian principle, wasn't the principle of Christ to treat others how you want to be treated? Love your
Mhm.
neighbor as you love thyself. That is a
Mm.
commandment. And if we
Yeah.
can't even love our brothers and sisters that have subtle differences, then how can we how can we continue on in this world? And I think that's why life is not valuable for people, because they can't even appreciate their brother. They can't even appreciate their neighbor.
Or the
Mm.
children that we need to be appreciating and loving.
Yes, the children. I mean, the children are some of the most exploited, sold, trafficked, beings, and that's terrible. Like, I asked God, that was something that was really hard for me to understand. And I said, Lord, there's things in this world I will never understand. That is probably one of the top things. Why
Mm.
bad things happen to children, why trafficking happens, abduction, just that the youth are so vulnerable, and we live in this world where they're not very protected, especially the vulnerable African youths, where their parents might be coerced into, like you said, for $5 that could provoke somebody to do evil. But yeah, how do we begin to plant these seeds of the value of life and the value of you being yourself and going through the process? Because there's a lot of hard times. There's going to be hard times for everybody. And we have to just acknowledge and let the youth know that we're going to support them in building the next generation, building the future. It's very little, but it's just the energy you have to put into it. You already see the government has turned their backs on you. You see these political leaders have turned their backs on the people of God because they themselves just want to keep their gin on. They just want to keep gas in their gin, and they just want to keep food in their stomachs. They don't care about the rest of the youth, you know? So I just really ask God to direct us and how to address these issues and make the change and the impact that's really going to matter.
You know what? Like,
what you're doing is great. You continue.
like what you have just said, and what Christine Odongo here is saying exactly. Trade school is the way. What we are doing in our little effort on this channel and in our foundation is that we are making the African youth to know that we need a new form of education. We need a new form of
Yes.
re-education of the mind, not the Western education. We don't need that. That is not going to work in Africa. The system of education that we need, and which is what we are following on our platforms, is what we call Africa-centric system of education. What is that? The African-centric system of education is that education that is talking about empowerment of the youth to take up trade and commerce in their skills, in their professions. No economy in the world has ever progressed without exploring trade and commerce. And that's why presently we can boastfully say that the foundation has helped up to 40 youths paying for their trainings. We've done graduation for even one of them. We have a whole list of some persons waiting for graduation stuff. We paid for their training. We bought them machines. We bought numerous of these youth machines. Many of them are now making money. Let me tell you, the way to stop anybody from fighting war, let there be money in their account.
No matter livelihood.
See, once people have money in their account, when I mean money in their account, not just some stupid, unreasonable money. I'm talking of money that they have worked for. And they know that tomorrow they can still get more legitimately. Nobody will pick up arm because nobody wants to die. Everybody might be saying they are Christians, they believe in God, they believe in heaven, but nobody that is productive on earth is ready to go to heaven without accomplishing his dream on earth here. So that's the path we are following. We are going to all these forgotten ones, the villages. If by next month now we start going to some African countries and their villages, I'm not interested in all the beautiful places. This thing, I'm going to search for the youth that are suffering in those countries. Those are the people I want to empower, so that we now have another system of youth growing up in Africa that we can now connect together without border, without saying, oh, this person is from Cameroon, this one is from Togo, this one is from Nigeria, this one is from Malawi, this one is from Zimbabwe. No, we need to break that border from our mind.
We have love.
The borders have to be broken from our mind. And how do we break the borders? We can't go and be doing that to people that are already in their 60s, that they already have formatted mindsets against one another. But we can achieve this through our youth. We want to achieve this through our youth that are springing up in numerous countries in Africa. By the time we now form this formidable team, these are the people that will now be liaising. Oh, I have a family in Nigeria. I have a family in Togo. It might not be my mother's child, but we are bonded because we are doing the same thing. We are growing up together, and there is a foundation that brought us together, and they treated us equally. Before you know it, we'll start breaking the borders from our mind. Once we get to that point, yes, those Well, once we get to that point, nobody will be able to stage manage war within us. Nobody will be able to stage manage war within
Exactly.
us, and we'll be able to forge ahead. I will listen. I'm listening to you now.
No,
Okay,
no,
let's.
building relationships, and we're gonna get again. We want to thank
It's a-
you. Building relationships. We have an organization that we've been running for I don't know how long. You Game Amp. That's where Game Amp Me comes from. So we really appreciate love and want to be a part of this. Our organization as well. So GameAmp.org
we
partnerships. She's
we
always in
wel-
Africa. I can't
we
stop
wel-
her from going.
we welcome we welcome as many people that can help us achieve this collective dream of changing the lives of our African youth. You understand? And your sister was
Yeah.
saying something that people were treating her differently. Do you know that even in Nigeria, there are certain places I get to, and I'm treated differently. But when I discovered that, I now re-strategize. Oh, since you are going to treat me differently, I will treat you with so much love that you will be embarrassed that you are making a fool of yourself. So by the time I get there,
Yeah.
I show them the kind of love that even their home people cannot give to them. Then they now begin to see, oh, so this is not true. What they have been telling me about this other tribe is not actually true. These people can be so much loving. And that's why in our foundation we have assist. I'm from the western part of Nigeria, but this our foundation, we have helped people from the eastern part, we have helped people from
Yep.
the northern part. There is a girl in the northern part, and if it was her name, Jamila. There is a girl from the northern part, Jamila. That girl is going far in life because we are putting all our weight to support her. She's a northerner, but she's so hardworking. She was selling boxers to survive in school. We picked her up, we paid for her training, Presently, we are going to send startup machine to her so that she can begin to sew because she's already making clothes now. Under
Nice.
under
Wow.
2 months, under 2 months, she's
Wow.
making clothes by herself. So I'm still going to do a video about her. She's there in the far north, and anytime we are talking to her, she's always happy. The last time she sent some text messages, and like, wow, I'm so happy with the kind of love that you people are showing towards me. That's my sister. She doesn't need to be given birth to by my mom, but we have the same red blood cell flowing in our vein.
And we're
Until
connected to the creator who's about creation,
yes,
about movement.
yes,
I don't
until
want to
we.
interrupt. Just
I'm listening.
go ahead, bro. I can talk about, but I see in your heart. I can see, like, I can say that the reason why, personally, maybe Nicole gives, I give, is because we had adults who cared about us and showed us the way.
Hmm.
So we become adults like that. So
Hmm.
ones who are listening, even youth who are listening, who will be part of this, know that you're a part of the bigger picture.
Exactly.
Each one teach one helps one. So as you're putting these seeds grow, like Nicole was saying earlier, and it was probably a lot of love from adults that you and your wife got. That's why this outpouring to show love. So we must continue. So youth who are get on board and people who are listening now or in the future, put that seed, as they're saying. Let's put that seed in so that the youth can replicate. And like what you were saying earlier, counter the balance. You know, there's
Hmm.
greater in us than he that is in the world. Greater he that
Exactly.
is in us than he that is in the world. So if we just that little bit mustard seed, keep it growing. And I don't want to interrupt.
And I
It's
think
beautiful.
also letting the children know that we're there. Let the little children come to me. Let these youths come and
Hmm.
speak their needs. And God is going to provide. God is going to provide. And so we should continue and we should be showing our presence to also let them know that they have allies also across the sea. You know what I mean? Not just in
Yeah.
one land, not just, but in the world as well. And we're trying to support their dreams and what they, could only imagine in their mind. We will try to do our very best to help them, reach there.
And you know why? Because we as mothers here in the West, we need them to build relationships with our children here too. So our children can say, "Oh, I got family in Nigeria. Oh, I got family in Ethiopia." So as they build, they are building for their kidnapped brothers and sisters. Let's not forget we have been kidnapped, and even in this world that we live in the Western Hemisphere, we're still in
Hostages.
captivity.
Yeah.
So we need you guys. Okay, we need y'all. Okay, so keep on doing it. We'll send the information and the funding, and we need to cross educate, skills development across the
Yeah.
borders. Okay,
Yeah.
on the
You,
island and the mainland to the motherland.
and speaking of
Oh,
our
come say
kidnapped
hi.
speaking of our kidnapped brothers and sisters, speaking of our kidnapped brothers and sisters, whoa, we are getting
Go
to a
say hi.
point
Come on,
that
say hi.
we are literally going to bring you guys back to the continent. The only way we can bring you
Yes.
guys back to the continent is by making sure that there is no war in this continent, is by making sure that you guys are coming not to come to seek for job, but to create jobs on this continent.
Yes.
Because I tell you, this continent,
Absolutely.
What he said.
what we
That's
need
our mission.
is
That's our whole mission.
what we
What
need is for
Jonathan
our
said for real.
sisters. I love the faces I'm seeing. What we're waiting for is to bring our sisters and brothers out there, bring them back home within 6 weeks. Let them just have like 2 weeks to 6 weeks to experience peace and harmony in Africa and see the possibility of their yield on their returns. They will make up their mind whether they still want to go back to where they have been kidnapped to, or they want to remain here. That's our mission. We are getting back to that. But yes, because I did a whole documentary. When I was at Badagry, I did a whole documentary. When you are going to see that documentary, you might literally be crying. I saw all the chains that they were using to kidnap the best of brains from Africa out of the continent into the Western world. So that left us with I'm so sorry to say this, because they were taking the strong men out of Africa to go and develop the Western world. That means that we were left with dummies that are presently ruling us. You understand?
Well, that's
That's
just
why
part of war.
that's why
It's
they
not
could
being
sign.
wrong. It's
So that's why they could afford to sign some things without reading through. But those ones are not our challenge now. Our challenge is that the future generations that are already on ground should not continue in that line. And how do we achieve that? By training them on what they need to do. Think about whenever you want to grow far in life, think about what you can do to assist others. By so doing, you are introducing what we call a multiplier effect. Let me tell you, there is a particular lady that she's been trying to connect with us here. We discovered her in the village. She's not educated. We paid for her we helped in getting her trained online. We bought her a phone, we bought her a machine to be making bags. Now, all these people that we are helping, we tell them you must sign an agreement that once we are able to help you to stabilize in life, you will pick 3 other African youths to empower for free. Do you
multiplier.
know that as we speak now, yeah, as we speak now, that lady is presently training a graduate that is learning bag making from her. The person that is
Nice.
training the graduate is not a graduate, but she's training a graduate. Now, by the time
Exactly.
that graduate finishes up, she is also going to train another 3.
Yeah.
That's how we can spread the word. That's how we can spread the love and pay it forward. People should learn to just pay it forward, not just me, myself, my family. How many food
Yes.
are you going to eat in a day?
How much?
Exactly.
How
Come on
much?
now. How many cars you gotta drive? Okay.
How much swallow can you eat today? You know what I mean? Yes.
I love that. I love that. I'm talking about swallow. You are sounding as if you've taken swallow before.
Yes, now.
Here, I want to save your arm.
That's great. That's great. Okay. Jim Barak has a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Barak says, please ask them if they like universal basic income. Do you know
No,
what that
I
is?
don't. There's a catch to it. I think we can, I think we can create our own currency or our own funding and create a universal something. But that universal basic income, there seems to be a
Like,
catch.
was
to
it created by the IMF? Like, what
Yes,
is
there's
that?
something
You know what I
seems
mean?
Like, is it something coming? Is a lollipop coming with it? Does it have,
Yeah.
But I
Like,
think
do we have to set the GMO seeds?
and really, if you think about whatever they're going to give us, the little pennies they can give us, collectively together in our little groups of economic development, we can probably expand that. So if they're going to give us $100 a month, I'm sure in our collective groups internationally, we can get 4 to 5 more. So I really think that. So I'll be back. Mommy calling. Mommy
Okay.
calls.
Okay.
So
But
gameamp.org, we're with you.
I was
okay.
thinking, like you were saying, based on the change of education that's significant and special to Africa. That's how we gotta kind of approach income as well, in the upcoming
Exactly.
years. As far as products, because like one of the things that I studied when we were in university was how to build sustainable communities from growing gardens, growing your own food, food development as like the base of life. Because once you have food and water, that within itself is a very rich, thing to have your own food source, just be able to sustain yourself. And what I love about Nigeria is like, in the villages, there's just so many things that just grow naturally. And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of the really hard poverty in the inner cities comes from there's so many people and not enough resources for them to have their own gardens or them to have their own, ways of sustaining themselves. So because everybody kind of follows this ideal of what success looks like, what they would want to do with their life. But I think if we, once again, we re-educate our saying, right, yes, Jim, co-opting, definitely. And across the board, across different African countries. And so, yes, being able to trade products, that are significant to certain regions. And once we establish these connections, then we can trade amongst each other. And that is, like you said, the people who are developing products such as bags or clothing, that can also be trade commerce in the future, or trade, for different resources that people have. We can create it better than anybody else without the agenda and without the backing of people who have come with questionable intentions from the very beginning. Questionable intentions meaning, if you give us this $100 and we take it, are you going to take our right hands as well?
Or our sons or our children, like in the past. Nothing's new under the sun. So the thing is, we have to be creative in the play, because the play, when I say their play, the wickedness play, the children of the enemy, their play stays the same. They keep the same play because they think it's working, but they're playing themselves. You feel me? So here's my other son, your son, your brother, who'll be there
Whoa.
soon. So you,
Wow, wow.
Ife. His name is
How is
Ife.
everything? What's his name?
Good.
What?
Good.
Ife? Ife.
Does he know? No, Nigeria.
That's
I was like,
that's what
yeah, Ife is
that's
Gyoko.
what we. Eh?
Hmm?
Can I have it
It's good
again?
meeting you. What's your name?
What did you pronounce it again?
It's Ife
What's the
Gyoko.
name again? Ife. Wow, wow. That's what
Ife
we call.
Gyoko.
That's what my wife. Ife Jioko. Okay. My wife and myself, we call ourselves Ife.
Oh,
That's why I'm surprised.
really? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's our pet
When you say
name.
Ife.
Ife means love.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
meaning of Ife means love.
I knew that much at least.
Wow,
I
that's
knew
a
that part.
nice
Hey,
name.
sweetie.
So,
Okay.
so happy meeting with you.
Thank you. It's good meeting you.
Wow, wow. So nice meeting with you.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be seeing you guys. This is really worth paying extra price for. There is nothing as good as meeting up with ourselves like this and seeing that we still have universal mindset that can restructure the negative mindset that have been transplanted into a whole lot of our adults. I tell you, a lot of persons, their mind have been tuned by the powers that be, that they are now reasoning outside what is supposed to be the
Exactly. And
every one of us on this platform, that we are thinking of helping these our youth in numerous ways. And I love the name of that guy, Ife. Ife in western part of Nigeria, the Yorubas, is love. Love. That's what I
and like
call my wife. That's what my wife calls me.
oh. And what's so beautiful again is how we're linking and children and young people, all of us. The creator has given us this
Yeah.
technology to grow. Some people are doing stupid things and debasing. We got to grow together like this and
Mm,
exchange. I named him Ife because
mm.
Ife Ile is the memory that we have in Haiti. Ife Ile, that's our
Wow.
song. And we don't know how far and deep that goes. So I really do believe that the connection with all of us is like Bishop Mapunga J. You know how Bishop Mapunga J is a
Mm.
very strong old Seventh-day Adventist pastor, but then he knows who he is now, and he's really empowering us to know who we are. I think we have to remember
Mm.
that model as followers of the way. We can't even be Christian because our ancestors were worshiping the right way. They were worshiping the Shabbat. But when the colonizer came, they remixed it. They
Salam.
remixed hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They
Uh,
remixed. We were giving them jazz, and they gave us elevator jazz. You feel me? So we got to go back
wow.
as this family in the islands and bring our keys together, our Yoruba keys together, our Nigerian keys, all these tribal 12 tribes, and then some keys together. Look at the
Wow.
story of Moses, Jethro, Petro, Ethiopia. We're all together. Just
Mm.
remember our stories and the trade, the skills development, and remembering who we are. Because, like you said, we built cities, and just like if we were wicked and we wanted to conquer a house, we would take the most important person out, the mama,
Mm.
the manager, the big brother, the big sister. Just like when they went to Africa, they took the important people out, the governors, the kings, the chiefs, the mathematicians, the scientists, the builders. So,
Mm.
who is left? The innocent people, the old people, the young people, the disabled, the weak, the feeble-minded. Or so yes, it was a tragedy. But thank the Most High, through these 400 years, we've gotten stronger and connect. 500 years, get it correct.
Mm.
We've gotten
Wow.
stronger, and now we're gonna. The internet, they should want to shut the internet down because this is how we gonna build and connect. You know,
But you know,
they
you
going
know the
down,
beauty,
we going up.
the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is that the best place where to fight a war is here.
Yes.
Certificate is useless. Exposure is nothing until your mind is already open to the world that is yet to be seen, that will
Amen.
lead to the creation of the world that is needed by your hands. Then you go nowhere. As I am today, I can tell you that give this our foundation 3 to 5 years time, we will have locations all over Africa where we are going to be training youth in different crafts. We are presently working on how to get a physical location here in Lagos because I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. We are looking towards getting a physical place where we'll be bringing these youth to train them in their numerous crafts, train them character wise, train them never to look down on any religion, never to look down on any tribe, never to look down on any race, because those are the means with which they
And
are using to
importantly,
divide us.
I think importantly is never to look down on themselves.
Yeah.
Because that was the start of it. Them breaking down ourselves, you know, not even able to appreciate who we are. That's the foundation of it all. Because if we truly love ourselves, then we will love everybody how we love ourselves.
Exactly, exactly. And that's where helping people to discover themselves is the first watchword of this channel. We are so glad the first contact we have with people, we ask those youth, what would you like to learn? There was a particular boy, a young boy that I met with. I asked him, what would you? Oh, we have somebody joining us here. Jim is here. Aha. Jim is
Oh,
here.
nice.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I've been
Jim.
listening. I've been listening the whole time.
Oh.
And what a wonderful invitation to the Cetros family with this beautiful, loving family that's offering so much wisdom. I'm impressed. Not that the fact that that love is always in their heart, but that the fact that they want to make a difference and they're challenging and confrontations and to to look back and say that we have things called trade schools in America, and I don't know about Africa and if they had trade schools, but these trade schools seem to be a shortcut because Deo, you were speaking earlier about the secondary education system is all based on the parental support, correct? You know what I'm saying? Like, if and without that, like, if you have a large amount of the population in a lower poverty zone, then that means in relation that the parents aren't able to give the attention to the children. And I think that's where what you do through youth empowerment is show that trade as a skill should be indoctrinated as a school and controlled by your own, local community. And that with the grassroots movement of coming from the bottom up, like the sister said, we have an opportunity right now. The empire is falling. It really is.
Okay, let me come in. That means that this is the best time to take the best move. You said what? This is the best time to take the best move to save these youths, bring them out so that they can now just manifest every good thing that is residing in them, fully express themselves, achieve the best, and with that we begin to pick each community,
like Jim said, we gotta
to be a producer of what they should actually go into, and not just everybody playing to the tune of some.
Absolutely. Yes. Grassroots level for sure, Jim.
Yeah.
And even,
Oh, Jim, someone just
thank
matched
you so
your.
Yes, thank you for
Hello.
the donations for the beautiful cause. Thank you so much. That's gonna help a lot of people actually.
Can you hear me?
So, yes.
Wow. Oh. Thank you so much. This is Liso Sek. Just donated $10 to us. Thank you very much. You can continue.
I was just very much in agreement with what Jim was saying as far as, grassroots level and local community. I think that's huge in terms of
Mm.
like what we can create, empowerment from that level, then connect it,
Right,
to the more
and that's what,
international community.
yeah, and that's the fire that Deo's got lit underneath him. He's not a talker; he's a walker, and he gets the job done. He is the CEO in charge, and I know for a fact when I see people that I know that are convicted in their heart, he can't be stopped. He can't be stopped.
Right.
You know the funny thing of Jim, I'm already seeing us doing this.
That's so beautiful. And we're here
I'm
to
already,
hmm
I'm already seeing us doing this till when we are 100 years. Huh? Myself and my wife, till when we are 100 years, and maybe we'll be talking and be saying, "Oh, we have we have 6 million youths in Malawi that are already doing good, helping the world to progress. We have 10 million youths from East Africa that are helping." That's what is the vision we have. And we are so glad that going to these villages has really opened our mind. It has broadened our spirits. And you know what? Something just happened. I think I talked about it yesterday. Presently, there are youths that are into the film industry that they've accepted us to help them in creating their films, their future films and the like. So we are empowering youths in the film industry also, because we don't want our stories to be worked on. You understand? We don't want our stories to be I want
Yeah,
to use my words carefully. We don't want our story to be told with some twist. We want the stories from Africa to be told to the world exactly the way it is. Presently now, we are so happy to tell you that we have youths that we are also training in film industry. As little as we are, we
can
we
I jump
shot
in,
our.
Deo? Can I jump in real quick?
Yes,
Um,
yes.
that's a good point you bring up about the film industry. You know what the interesting thing about the film industry is? It's digital. In other words,
Mm,
if you have a very low carbon footprint from your beginning of your business, let's say you want to be an editor.
mm.
Well, geez, you give me a good quality laptop or even a good cell phone, you can do some decent work now. It's that very low, so empowering technology into the youth aspect of what you're saying, and I exactly know what you mean, is that there's a gap, a big gap, right? Is that what you were trying to,
Mm.
is that what you're saying? That there's a big gap because a lot of people don't have the ability for a quality computer, internet connection. Is that what you're kind of saying, that there's a big gap, or is there something else?
Is is part of it. From the angle you are talking about, presently we have like 3 youths that are waiting for us to buy them their first laptop.
Right.
They don't have any laptop at all. They have to go to the cafe to work on this stuff. And if somebody is going to cafe, you have to be spending more money. But by us being able to get them laptop, we are working on it. We will be getting some of them some fairly used laptops very soon. We have about 3 requests on that down. So I will now be able to teach them on editing, because I think I'm trying in editing. So I will teach them in editing. Some of them that are very far away from where I am based, I will look at how to do online training for them. But the problem is that some of them are also in areas that the network are bad. So I can now put those training in CDs and bond them to CDs, send it over there where they can play it on their TV and use it to develop themselves. Those are just numerous ways I'm looking at to help this youth
Yeah.
out.
No, you can't do the CD
And
route. That's just going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to have to go like something that's compatible on a very small, like what they call those USB plugins. you can get a lot done with those instead of the CDs. And in fact, you can buy those USB plugs very cheap, and you can program like 100 of them for under $10. I mean, those USB ports, that will give the kids, in other words, if they don't have internet access, you're saying they can't get the training. Well, let's cut that root off and say, hey, look, here's the USB stick. We put the Setros Foundation logo on it, right? Now we start sending out the USB sticks, and then the kids can get that without the internet, and we can work around it. Those USB sticks. Listen, when I come here to light a fire, I light a fire, okay? And it's for a reason, because the sister's right, man. I mean, go ahead. I'm gonna mute.
No, Jim, my sister Nicole was like, Jim's the man. And you were right, because I was meditating on that, like, oh, their logo can be on that. Boom, logo right there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Jim, I'm writing notes. I'll just do excitement. I'm here for it. Yes, bro.
Would you do me a favor, though? Would you do me a favor? Will you go put pressure on?
No, be me. You know what? Jim has always been like this. You know.
Can I go ahead, Dale? Dale, can you?
I'm listening.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, you broke my train of thought. Go ahead.
No, you said you were gonna say, "Would you do me a favor, Dale?" Were you?
Oh yeah.
Government? Were you
okay. I got this website up here. Check it out. Now listen. These people are called globalfashionagenda.com. Okay. Go to it right now. Just go check it out. And maybe Deo, you can bring this up on screen and share it with us. This is really cool. Now listen. There's a lady named Rachel Payne on Twitter. Rachel Payne, Payne. She's from Google. She ran for the 48th district here in where I live at in California, and she came to my door, and I've talked with her, and she's got this thing called Full Cycle, and what they're trying to do is initiate sustainable global fashion. In other words, they want to. Their word sustainable doesn't mean have to do with trees or anything. They're talking about economic stability for lower income Africa and areas like that. Now you need to put pressure on these people because they'll, like you said, you brought the word up, placate. Remember that when you said that earlier? You said placate, and they will placate. You have to put pressure on them. They will throw money at you guys. They will do it. But you got to put pressure on them. You have to talk to them. I already sent the links out to her and said, look at what Setros has got. 40,000 followers. He's got a super chat. He's got a foundation. And I put the pressure on him immediately. This is what you got to do. You got to put the pressure on these people. Now listen, these are people that are hooked up in what they call Silicon Valley. This Rachel Payne is very, very hooked up. Very hooked up. And she can get a lot done. And you need to talk to her. If you can reach out to her and say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I told her I'm involved with this, and I sent the links. But people need to, if you're not donating to the website or the PayPal because you can't afford it, well, then throw your energy over here. Okay? And then come back on the show and tell us what you did and talk about it for 5 minutes. You know why? Because that lights a fire.
Wow.
Yes, we found her. She found her. Thank you.
Good.
You're the man, Jim. You're the for your energy. Thank you.
I was waiting to come on and tell Deo about this.
You're like,
but
wow. You know one thing is that Jim has been propelling us to do a whole lot on this channel, because all the little effort that we have been putting on this channel, it just has been myself, my wife, and some few persons But whenever Jim comes up, it comes up with new idea that keeps on moving us to the next level, keep on moving us to the next level. What's it called? The what's it called? Sorry, if what did he say? The super chat that we presently have has been masterminded by Jim. Jim has always been pushing us to go ahead to get super chat because basically we never knew how to go about it, and likes, he assisted us, he told us how to go about getting super chat. When it was time for us to get we're having challenge with this PayPal. We were having challenge with PayPal. Jim came up and was pressurizing us until we got
So
we're able to get PayPal, because all that we have been doing, we've done a lot on this channel. We've done a lot to assist the African youth on our own, to the extent that
and we
sometimes
need what?
it almost got us bankrupted. At a point in time, we sold our property. We sold our property to host a fashion show. No single company gave us a dime to do that. But we are happy because when we sold that property, that was the last property we have. We sold it. It was a conjoined shop that we sold to host those fashion this thing. But I tell you, till date, those youth, they are made. They are achieving their purpose. They are doing their businesses through that this thing. But we are happy. But Jim has always been coming to tell us, oh, go do this, go do that, go do this.
Jim,
And he has been pushing us to do a whole lot. We really appreciate him.
and Jim, we appreciate we need more gyms. So those gyms out there that are listening and feel the fire and get the message from wherever to help those ones out. Like Jim was saying, you don't have to put in the funding, you can put in the intellect currency, the ideas, the connections, the research, spread the word, tell our Joel. So Jim,
Good point.
Inspired my sister. She's like that. We're like that.
Yeah, good point. And you know what? When you put a tiny investment in and you say, "Oh, I gave $5 to the PayPal of the Cetros Foundation today," you know what? You don't want your $5 to go to waste, do you? No. No, that means if you have a keen interest, if you have a really keen interest in helping, you're going to invest in your own self. You're going to invest in your own self. And meaning, if I want to be helpful at a grassroots level, the best way to do it is to support at a grassroots. You know what I mean, right? It has to come from the bottom up. We can't work around the system anymore. It's rigged. It's completely rigged. The system is rigged.
And giving yourself.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit.
Because we're all slaves. Let's be honest. We're all slaves. I said, and giving of yourself. Giving of yourself. Especially like you're mentioning, Dale, about the property. You gave up. Like the truth says, like Christ said, Mashiach said, sell everything you have and give to the poor. Christ didn't say be broke. He said, sell everything you have and give to the poor. And that's how we help each other. So you're doing that, and we're giving of ourselves. That's all I can say. It's just so much. I'm just so inspired. But again, Jim, I'm with you on that fashion show.
Yeah.
Cyclable, the sustainable, we're ready for the fashion. It's a new day. And you know what?
And you have to tap in.
You're coming from a Muslim perspective, a Christian it's a new day. It's a new day for all of us. Whether you believe in the Mayan calendar or the millennium or Islam or Yugas or the Golden Age, guess what? We're all on the same page, and it has to change. And this is where it starts. The system is rigged. This game is broken. It's over. So now we have to start a new game, a new reality together with ones like yourself, Jim, ones like Dale, and those who are out there. You have inspired. We're here. I'm so happy and proud. Jim, you made me more proud to be on the team. Like, oh yeah, we're here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You can't mess around. If you're not in it for the long haul, you're messing up. Yeah. One other thing I want to interject real quick.
So
there's
Dale,
there's a
people. You got 2 people in California.
Oh, well, I'm right here in SoCal. Yep. And check this out. There's a.
And I'm in NorCal.
Okay, good. I lived up in NorCal. 2 of my kids were born in Mammoth Lakes. So hey, listen. There's a thing called philanthropy, and this philanthropy thing has a pipeline stream of money that is not being taken advantage of. Like I said, people, if you're listening to this show, there's people like Rachel Payne that are hooked in Silicon Valley. They believe, now listen, now look, this is just me, in my opinion, and I'll leave it on the table for you to decide, but they believe they're doing a just cause. Now, if they're willing to give that money away and they set up these philanthropy things, you got to put them to the test. You have to put them to the test. Are you really doing your philanthropy? Well, then let me see it. Put pressure on them to give you the money. If they don't give you the money, well, what purpose are you serving? I mean, you have 40,000 viewers. You have 40,000 subscribers. You have 40,000 subscribers. You have hundreds of videos. You have traveled all over the place, and you're telling me you can't even get any like an interest in like a travel show? You should definitely be having it. Like already should be somebody should be jumping on board with this already. It's like there's a ton of money that if you take the time out and we get this, a background of people who are in the Ethros Foundation and feel that vibration and know that if we go look a little around and we see things that are up on our Twitter streams and somebody's got a virtue signaling, they're virtue signaling. That's a moment where you need to take full advantage of them. Because if they're saying that I want to do this and help out that, you better come down and put your chips on the table and push it all in. Because I want to see you like not walk the walk, but talk the talk, like Deo says.
Really grateful for every one of you, what you're saying. You are muted, not being me. Unmute yourself. Okay. You can talk now.
Because I think sometimes, I think sometimes we get shy. And thank you, Jim, for about the Exodus story. God said, go ask the Egyptians. And they had the gold, the money. I'm coming from an Afro-Shemitic Hebrew story. The Creator even Christ said, make friends with men of mammon. Get that money righteously. Like he said, if they got their virtuous ding, ding, ding on, virtuous. You said the word virtuous. If they're called to do it. Because some people try to bribe us, right? But if in the spirit of things, they have this money set aside for the children of the Most High, because they do, then we are by not going after it. And I agree with you, Jim, because how much more we can have a Sotros University in 10 years, okay?
Wow.
And
wow.
Is that not how churches work here? Is that not how churches work here? The churches here are tax-free.
Yep.
Do you know how many more schools there are in the United States? I mean, excuse me. How many more churches there are to schools in America? Just take a guess. Take a guess how many more churches there are in America than schools.
Like 10 to 8?
It's
say hundreds?
60 to 1.
10,000? 100,000?
60 to 1. For every one school in America, there's 60
to 1.
60 to 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's elementary, that's not college. That's not college. That's elementary schools. High school and the first one. But just think about it. There's 1,000 denominations of Christianity just here in America. And they're all tax exempt. And they collect money. And guess what they do with their money? supposedly the work of God. Well, aren't they the ones that politically contribute to certain political parties? Aren't they the ones that they set up foundations? Aren't they the ones that set up, community local organizations that are designed to help the community? Aren't they the ones that are supposed to be taking up the shortfall of the government because they're tax exempt? Isn't that not true? They sit around and take all this money from us, and I don't want to call it naivety about the faith of Jesus or something, but I understand there's a Christ consciousness out there. But these people that look at like donating to a church that is tax exempt, I kind of look at them like saying, look, I think you could put money to the Cetros Foundation and do better work.
But you also know that, Jim, you also know that the church also have this part to play in an economy. I don't know how your church runs there, but here in Africa, let me give you a little insight. The Africa you have today is still existing just because of one single fact, that some true churches still exist. Because it is those true churches in Africa that has helped to maintain our sanity here. If not,
but you need to be careful with that. There's a lot of these churches that come in and do this stuff. Hagee, they've convinced a lot of people to come to a religion, and that's a white man bringing that over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand your part, but I'm not talking based on your churches there. I'm talking because I can only talk based on my own experience here in Africa. Let me tell you, in the Africa of today would have been on flames if not for the true, look at the choice of word. I said true churches that are here in Africa. I'm not talking of some hanky-panky churches. Some real churches have helped to stabilize our African youth despite the pressure, despite the challenges we have been going through. Let me cite myself as an example. The young man that you are seeing here, after the death of my baby last year, I would have been if not for my exposure in Christ, if not for the doctrinations from the churches that you just have to forgive, you just, no matter what is going through your mind, forgive, forget about the past so that you can move on into the future. The young man that is here, I don't know how to say this on global stuff, but if I'm going to be a truthful person, I would have been another terrorist in the whole world. If not that I am going to a church and I believe in forgiveness, because what happened is that my daughter shouldn't have died if the government had not locked up everywhere during that issue. I don't want to measure it because my channel is under watch and they don't want me to be talking about all those stuffs here.
Yeah, now, I was just about to say, don't do it.
Not for him.
Just hold on. So, the reason why, because when I lost my baby, my human mindset was to take a revenge on the authorities that do not allow people to take their children to the hospital and get them attended to until you bring money. Because I was not having money in my other account that I had, the ATM. The only savings account that I had money in, the ATM has expired. And because they were rationing the people that we go into the bank, they were taking us in 2 by 2. I was queuing up in the rain, whereas my baby was dying at home. Before I could withdraw the money and go to pick my baby, getting to the hospital, my baby has died. I'm just letting you know that there is a part that the churches, the mosque, and the likes of them are playing. the in any society. In Nigeria, in Nigeria, I congratulate this country because the same way that I'm showing this love to help the youth, that's the same way I would have been one of those destroying all those that allow me to lose my baby. But because the doctrination from the church, the word of God I've been hearing, made me to say, forgive. But don't let what happened to your daughter happen to other African youths. And that's why I decided to carry my anger, turn it into positive light to help the youth so that they don't get to that point. Because I now saw, oh, this is really why people go into terrorism,
Right.
because they couldn't forgive the evil that was done to
Right.
them. But
Right.
in my own case, I don't want that same evil to happen to this youth
Right.
because they can turn their
Forgive.
mind and start doing
Right.
bad.
Yeah. Forgive, but never forget.
Yeah. So that's why I'm calling on everyone today, all the youth, whatever the numerous government in Africa you think that the numerous government have done to you that has hurt you, and you want to pay back with terrorism, you want to pay back with killing and attacking, please don't go into that. Instead, let your pain be transformed into a mindset to help people. Till tomorrow, I still remember my daughter. If I'm taking my bath, the flash still comes. And I still remember her. But once I remember her, I remember the cry of the living African youth that I need to help. And that's why I focus my attention going to these villages to assist, to help. And that's why when I saw the tension that is growing in my country, Nigeria, I decided to make this live stream to tell our youth, don't go into war because you will hurt more people, you will hurt yourself, you will hurt your sisters. If you go to war, you will expose your females to being raped by aliens from God knows where, by soldiers that might be released from one country or the other. You will allow your fathers to be killed in front of you. So let us run away from anything called war. Let us pursue the path of peace. Let us see how we can hold each other and embrace each other. And remember the fact that religion in Africa has helped us to keep this peace, of which the churches are really, really trying in Africa. I don't know. I can only speak of what I
Yeah.
can see here because I'm here. The churches has helped us to believe that, oh, we have faith that God can still provide for us. So don't let us go to war. That's my own take.
Brother, I am so glad you brought back the conversation to where we originally got it to.
Yeah.
And yes, we need the help from Jim and all the information, but your original was to come and say no war. This is what brought our hearts to it because you know, like you're saying, the war, I feel you. I see what you're saying. And I know, we all know. And children, young people out there, don't war against yourselves. Don't war against your members. It's a whole bunch of confusion. This this live broadcast is so important right now for that message because everything is going to come, families, children, everything is going to come crazy at once. And we really have to be solidified and in the strength, in the positivity, in the love, in the anti, if anything, be anti hate, anti wickedness. And the Most High will keep you in peace. Show the fruits of the Spirit. And I agree with
You,
that foundation. But again, that foundation is still a remix. That's still like the European, you know, we're all been in this. We're all Abraham's seed. And we have to understand that certain messages, just like, you know, the yogis, the West are not like the yogis in India. Let's know that something happens when the West or when you start amalgamating cultures. So I give thanks to the Most that even though religion
Yeah.
may have been used so hard against us, that we still have the foundation that the Most High can still use that
Right.
our base to
Right.
still speak to us, speak
And
through us,
and
and to not make
right.
us do
And then
to
and that
react evil, to react
and
evil.
that
One of my
yes.
rabbis used to say, Sorry.
Jim,
Now,
let
one of
me
my
tell you.
rabbis
Let
used
me,
to say,
No,
fire
I just
plus
wanted to say
fire
that
make
that's
grease a fire.
exactly right.
And we don't want that.
Jim, let me tell you something that is happening in my country now. Very funny thing is happening in
Wait,
my
wait, wait.
country
Can
now.
I respond? Wait, wait. Before you go any further, I want to ask a question because you said
Okay.
in my country, I don't know about in your country, you said. Well, in my country, I'm going to tell you right now, these churches, you got a good church that came out. You're right. You are absolutely right. You got the good ones did come to you. The good one. But I'm going to tell you, there's thousands of churches that do not do that. And that's what I wanted to say. Just and I appreciate what you said because that made total sense to me. And I wanted to say that it was wisdom that you passed on to me, and thank you for that.
Wow. Thank you so much, Jim. Now, what I wanted to say is that, do you know that in my country now, in a sane environment, the government are supposed to build facilities and now invite the church leaders to come and commission it. Am I right? But in my own country, the churches are the one building the facilities. They are now calling the government to come and commission it.
Well, isn't that because they know it's going to be a tax exempt freedom for them? In other words, do you don't think that?
That's not it at all. Let me
Okay,
tell you.
that's why I wanted to get to this question. That's good.
Okay. Now, let me tell you what is happening here. The churches are feeling the pain of the people more than ever before. And the churches, I know for sure so many churches that are feeding people, that are paying school fees of some families, that are paying house rent for some families, because those families, they lost their jobs and the likes, which you guys in the United States, you are enjoying over there because it's your government that is providing some of these free cash to your citizens and the likes. That is not a miracle that is happening here in Africa. It is these churches that are taking care of some of their members that are going through crisis, and so many roads that are bad. These churches are fixing them up, and they are inviting the government to come and cut the ribbon, which is not what I grew up to know. What I grew up to know is that the government will be building facilities, they will build schools, they will build roads, they invite the church leaders to come and pray and cut the ribbon. But now, the reverse is the case. So it is just something that I think we should all know. Let me see if I can bring in these youths here that have testimony of what impact we've made. Elijah Harris, are you with us? Hello, Elijah Harris. Okay, I'm trying to bring up this our youth that we have empowered from the village. Two of them are together presently, and they are creating awesome bags. So I think they have a network challenge. So in the phase of this, while we wait to see if we can connect with them, the beautiful thing is that Africa, I believe Africa is going to be a better place than where we were before. And I believe that Nigeria is going to be a better place than where we are before. But I need to tell you something, because I'm human and I don't lie to myself. Sometimes when I see the challenges are around Africa, around Nigeria, it got to a point that I was talking to myself that with what is happening now, what will be the fate of this youth that we have labored so much to assist? God forbid that there should be war. How will this youth be able to survive? Because these are youths that are staying in where there is no security in place. Most of them are in the villages. They are prone to attacks and the likes. How will this youth survive? Then the big question comes. That's why I decided to do this live stream, that we don't want war. That you can see the picture I put on the thumbnail, like the baby asking the dad, Dad, what's your plan B in case there is war? I tell you, I'm human, I'm not spirit. Although I'm endangering my life by going into those villages to go and talk to these youth, trying to empower them. The last visit, the last travel that I came back last week, I survived a very terrible accident that the front wheel of the car pulled in front of a trailer. It was just God that saved us, and I'm so happy to be alive. But getting to that village, I was crying because I was now asking myself the question, what if I had died in that accident? What will happen to these youths that were queuing up? They were coming in their large numbers. The parents were going to bring their youth out for help. When they saw that we came in as a foundation, and instantly we were paying for their training, what their parents couldn't afford. These are the children of farmers. These are the children of goldsmiths. These are the children of hunters in the village. So that now brought me to this. I got back home, and when I began to see that people were calling, talking about war left, right, and center, and I listened to what this particular man of God was saying about having a plan B, I tell you, I now ask myself, I look at myself, me that I'm busy running around to help this youth. If tomorrow I have 2 girls, with my wife making 3 girls, I'm just the only man in the family. God forbid that anything should happen. How am I going to be able to defend them? So I started thinking, is it not right for me to have a plan B? I was now asking myself, I should be praying at one side and I should be planning at the other side, because we don't really know what is going on. I now begin to check, oh, my 2 daughters, they don't have international passports. How do I go about getting them international passports? I and my wife, we need to renew our international passport, because who knows what? In case of incasity, let it be that I have used my wisdom to also protect my family. But guess what? I don't have the fund to even say I want to take my family out of this country. So there is no way I will pray for war to be in this country. But I now need to double up on my own job too. I need to double up to be able to raise money, get my family the necessary passport, so that in case there is war, we are not praying for war, but in case it gets to that, I should not leave my family exposed, because I need to be alive to continue the project.
Right. Isn't that just like what God would give you as a form of an intelligence? Wouldn't God say, hey, look, man, I gave you a brain. You know what? You have options. You know what I mean? It's like, isn't it like that clear?
So exactly. So now what I'm now looking at, because if I'm saying that I want to get out of Nigeria, believe you me, if they open United States of America that I should come, I am not interested. If I leave Nigeria, I'm going to another African country. If they tell me that you have free ticket to UK, I am not interested. I believe so much in Africa. Now, the only country that is coming to my mind happens to be Tanzania. I don't know why I love that country so much. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this for my followers, maybe those that are in Nigeria, to have an open mindset. We are praying, fine. We should also have a plan B, because we don't know what is happening. In case it gets to a point that we cannot hold it again, we should all be able to pick our children and get out of this country.
I mean, exactly. Faith also extends to the intelligence aspect. If faith is such a wonderful thing, I mean, which it is, we would understand that the ability to know, like you said, you're not able to afford to leave. You're not able. You're like, okay, I would have to find a spot, and now you're down to Plan B by doing that, right there. So within,
Yeah.
what other avenue do you have? And if somebody's going to sit, I mean, is this like, we don't want to criticize somebody when we say this, but if you don't have a plan B, are you being naive?
You know what I was now, just like the right question you now asked.
Exactly.
I sat down, I brought out my pen, I was now checking what other things can I do to be able to raise funds so that I can get international passport for my 2 daughters. What else can I do to get
You can
tickets?
put pressure on those people. I told you. You could. I'm telling you. You've got to get on Twitter and actually put pressure on these Silicon Valley people that preach this stuff, and you need to put pressure on them.
You know what, Jim? I'll be honest with you. With what I've seen in this country, I'm supposed to be out of this country with my family now. I'm supposed to be, because it is only those that are alive that will continue the project I'm doing. And
but yeah, that's right. In other words, if you don't keep going, they're going to shut you down. You have to bring the light.
So with what is presently happening, because I've been traveling to some places, that there are some villages I want to get to, and they tell me that they are kidnapping on that road. There are some places I want to get to, they are telling me that bypass, they are killing people there. And I have families at home thinking that I'm alive somewhere and life is at risk elsewhere. You know?
Yeah, I can't imagine this. I could never imagine. I couldn't imagine this.
So with that being said, I'm saying this so that every person listening to this, every Nigerian should have a plan B. I believe in that. We are all praying, but please, it's good to have a plan B. If you know any Nigerians that really love themselves, they should have a plan B. The plan B should not be for war. The plan B should be for safety. You have to be safe first. The plan B should be for safety. That's just the bottom line. And as I'm here, I'm just looking at how to go into promote some of my businesses so that I can raise funds. And if it's for me to just move my family for the next 6 months or 1 year out of this country to be somewhere safe, let's see what will happen. But as for me, I'm not going to the America or the UK. No, Africa. That's where I belong.
Right. Go ahead, newbie. I mean, I don't want to call new being me. What's your real name? Yeah, what's your real name?
Oh no, we can call me. That's my poet.
I can't pronounce.
My real name is Marie.
What is that? Neri?
Yeah. It's
Whoa, Mary.
Okay.
Marie. Yeah. So
can you spell it in
Marie.
Are you on a mobile or are you on a laptop?
I'm on a mobile phone and my chickens are acting really loud right now. And my children are being loud right now.
Okay.
I want to say it is very noble though. We have to always have a plan B. And what you were saying is the inspiration after the loss of your baby and this new trajectory you're going on, this inspiration that the Most High has given you, it is super important that you have to lay down your foundations. Because as soon as you had mentioned it, I thought about your wife and your daughter, along with everyone else, but your wife and your daughters. So it is super important as you're getting this foundation. The plan B is community. The plan B is community, and we definitely see your vision and feel your heart. And I am really honored that you could be so vulnerable, especially all of us are being vulnerable on this thing right here. They're recording, ain't nothing hiding. We know who we work for, the Most High. We ain't ashamed
Yeah.
of our truths, our messages, whatever. The real truth. You can't copyright the truth. It's about love. Thank you, Jim. It's about love and honor and all that good morality. So, bro, yes, because you have to set it up and foundable is you're like, I don't want America. I ain't trying to go to the UK. I'm just trying to stay in my continent. But you also, brother, we also need our African brothers and sisters and it's like that because so yes, so put plan B in Haiti too. I'm sure Haiti wouldn't mind having you come through and help out. Plan B is community across the board, and we're here with you with the foundation. You have to take care of the family and the community and the future. So, thank you so much for sharing your story. And Jim, thank you for connecting. I look forward to start getting your international board together. Jim definitely is on it. I'm on it. And just be prepared because like you were saying, when we go, the last thing we want in our last breath is, oh, I shoulda, woulda, coulda done that. So continue doing everything that you're doing because he's still the creator. We ain't talking about
Yeah.
religion. The one that animated all of us, right? Because there has to be some magic going on in here. There got to be something going on when we're all like here, right? You have that purpose. And if our purpose is to support you on that purpose, and Jim got to be the purpose to be like, get that money. That's your purpose, Jim. We're here. We're all here for you as you're here for the children. You know what I mean? So thank you for being vulnerable. And Jim, you are a fighter, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm gonna keep bringing it, and when I look, if they're gonna talk the talk, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm I'm scrolling through that Twitter feed today. I'm gonna go after them. If you got money and you say you've got money, you've got a foundation, and you say you want to help people. Look, I got a guy with 40,000 subscribers. Right there in your face. How are you going to say no? Look at all the videos he's done. Look at them all. You're muted. Nubeen. There you go.
Jim.
Okay, so I said, Jim, that's your role.
No. By the way, I'm gonna say this right now too, and I'm gonna say it right now. Guess what? Hey, you know what? Me and you. You know what? Me and you need to do. Me and you. You know what? Me and you need to do. We need to go start for the building of the Cetros Fund. We need here in America to start a GoFundMe page.
Wow.
We need to start a GoFundMe page for the building for the Cetros Foundation. We need to start a GoFundMe page. Now, Dr. Ojobo, I'm calling you out. It's your time to stand up. You got to come out. You have an MBA. You are from the country. You have the rights. You have all the things. You've served this United States in our military. I'm asking you, doctor, start that GoFundMe page. You're the right person to start that GoFundMe page.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Jim. Let me see if Elijah Ali.
I had to do it.
Yes.
Thank you. Elijah Hollis. Elijah Hollis, are you there? Wow.
Good evening, sir.
Okay,
Yes. Good evening,
you have
sir.
you have the floor now. The whole world is listening to you. What about the person you are training in bag making? Is she there with you?
She has gone. No, no, she has gone to sleep.
Okay, she's gone to sleep.
She
Okay,
has gone to
tell us.
sleep.
Okay, tell us about the experience there when she arrived and how far you guys have been doing in the training. Okay, before she starts, this is the lady I was talking about that she's making bags in one of the village that we empowered. We got her a phone. We got her a phone through which she was able to train on how to make bags and the likes. And presently, she's training a university graduate on how to make bags. And presently, we've what's it called? We've ordered for bags from her. We've gotten order for some bags from her all the way from Austria. Presently, there is another order with her. I think about how many bags do you have with you, Elijah? Elijah Alice, madam.
13. 13,
13.
13.
Okay. And we are also
Yes.
placing order for how many new bags for those school children? How many?
20.
20. That makes 30.
20.
Okay, that makes 33 bags that she's going to produce within few days. And this has been something of joy to us. And I don't know how you can do it, but there is another request from the US. I think we need to talk about that if we can get it on time to go with some parcel, because somebody is looking for you to talk on how much you are going to supply to them in the US. But this is our joy. This is what we have been able to do. She's, as you can see, there is no way. It's not that uh, our camera is on, but she's in a village that they don't have light, so there is no way you can see her face. So that's why you are seeing black. This thing. Is there a way you can light on candle and let the whole world see what you are going through to make bags in that village? Huh, madam?
Eh, I don't have candle.
Oh,
We
is there a
Sorry,
flashlight?
I don't have candle.
we know how it is. We know how.
Okay. Okay, you have the floor. Tell us about the lady that came to learn back from you, and how is she doing? How is the village? And we are hoping to see videos from you concerning the training and how you guys are enjoying yourself in the village. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. They can hear you.
Yes, my name is Elijah Alice.
Okay.
Elijah
Just con-
Alice from Edo State, Nigeria.
okay.
Yes, I'm a mission.
Oh gosh. You see
Hey,
the bad. Okay, let me just so that we can wrap up on time. The good thing is that Elijah Alice is already there now, and the lady, the Elijah Alice, we already know that she's not a graduate, but she's passionate about making bags, and we are so glad that we are part of the story of uh, development in bag making. Presently, she's training a graduate that there's another lady
Yeah.
by name is it Rose? Rose graduated from the university. Okay, Rose graduated from the Polytechnic for over 5 years. She didn't get a job because there was no job. And as such, Rose reached out to us that she needed the foundation to support her in training. So we decided to look for where best to get her trained. So we sent her, we paid Rose, we gave Rose some little amount to take care of herself, to travel down to go and meet Elijah Alice in the village. Rose lives in the city, but she traveled to the village to go and be trained by someone that is not educated, so to say. But this person that, so to say, people will say she's not educated. This person is really, really educated in bag making. She
very,
creates,
very,
she
very creative and
very
excellent work.
correct. Now, you'll be seeing much of the works that they have done because we are going to do a video about that. Now they are there together in the village making bags. She's training the graduates on how to make bags. And that is our vision. The vision we have here
Mhm.
is that we want Elijah Alice in the village to end up having a bag manufacturing factory in that village.
Yep.
We've sent a machine to her, and we are in the process of sending another machine very soon once we are able to settle some youth that we have outstanding, because we have a lot of youth that are waiting for us to pay for their tuition, buy them their startup machine. So we are going to buy more machines for Elijah Alice. We are just taking time to make sure we build it up rightfully. And we are so happy. The other lady too in another village, that one has employed 3 youths, and she's training 3 youths for free. You'll be seeing more videos. It's just that I've been on typhoid and malaria drugs ever since I came back. That's why I've not been able to do much editing. But
Yeah.
within 2 to 3 days, I should be through with my medications and I'll be back on full-time editing. So you'll be seeing more videos about this youth. This is what makes us happy. This is the reason why we live. We live because we see ourselves being used as instrument of joy and laughter in the life of these youth that would have been manipulated against our society. And as such, as we are bringing this live stream to a close, let everyone know that we can only flourish very well when we are living within the confine of peace. No nation, no human being can survive where there is war. No church, no mosque, no school, no businesses can thrive. No human being can flourish. No marriage, no celebrations, no birthday can take place where there is war, where missiles are being exchanged against each other. No human being is spared. So all those that want to cause confusion in Nigeria, all those that want to cause confusion in Africa, all those that want to cause war in this our continent, we say to you, that plan will not work. Sit down wherever you are. If you cannot help our youth,
No.
don't come to destroy them. Just face your wherever country you are. Leave us in peace. If you are in the country and you want to destabilize here, I pray to God every day that you will not succeed. But for those of us that really love this nation, I love this country, even as I am now that I'm thinking of how to get out of this country. I still love this country. It's hurting me, it's paining me. At a point, I'm looking at how to get out of my country. But maybe for security reason, I might just have to do that. But I pray that we will not get
Help
to
your
that
country
point.
to expand.
Yeah, I just pray that we will not get to that point where it will now be risky for us to stay in this country. And I pray that God will give us more grace. To all of you that have been chatting, commenting on this channel, those of you that have been sending us funds to travel to these villages, people like Jim Barak that has been pushing us and assisting us with funds, people like Nubin Me that are coming up to show us that a whole family is showing interest in what we are doing. You are only adding fuel to our wings to continue to do more. And we know that we will not disappoint God, we will not disappoint you guys. Those of you in the committee, in the what's it called, in our foundation committee, Setros Foundation Committee, we really appreciate you. We thank you because you are seeing us. We are just normal human being. We live in a one-room apartment, and we are so happy that we can help more people than those that are living in duplexes, than those that are having numerous cars and the likes of them. We are proud to say that this is who we are, and we are proud to see that we have turned around lives. Like going to about by the time we assist these 40 youths that are waiting on us, that means we would have been able to assist about 80 youths altogether, just between when we lost our baby and now. I think that is what telling God that, oh, I have tried for this my generation. And we know that our vision, we are just scratching the surface. Where we are going to is 1,000 youth per quarter to be fully helped and help to be standing, because this 1,000 youth will help additional 3 youths each. That will make us to have 4,000. If we can do this for 1 year, you can imagine the number of global village we are going to have all across the world of the African youth. And the world will be better, because no African youth will be coming to disturb you in your continent, will be coming to ferment trouble anywhere, because by the time they can take care of themselves and their family, they will not think of going to die in the Mediterranean Sea and the likes. We are living according to purpose. And if you are out there, you are an African youth, regardless of the fact that we said that we have 40 youths waiting on the list, whatever the challenge you are going through, while Nubi, me, and Jim Barak will be giving their conclusion in this stuff, in this live stream, I will be putting out here the contact where which you can reach out to us. All we just need from you is to send us a video evidence that you are poor, because we have little fund and we don't want to give it to those that do not need it. Just do a request to us that you are financially challenged and you want to learn a particular skill that your parents or yourself you cannot afford. That is just all we want, and we'll pick it up from there. We will call you, we will do video call to verify your claims. Once we know that that is who you are, we are going to be the one to look for how to get the fund so that you can be trained. And by the time you are fully trained, we'll buy you your startup machine. That is how we can bring back Africa to the glory that it lost in time past. And that is why we can now get a full-fledged of youths that will take over the peace of Africa and not allow us to be a set of people asking for handouts. Remember, never ask for handouts. Ask for how to catch the fish. That's what we are here for. So from me to you, I give it to Nubi, me, your concluding statement now. The floor is yours. Nubi, me.
Yeah, my phone is tripping out, so it's okay. Technology. I want to
Okay.
say thank you so much for putting on this live, and just a couple of just thank you for just doing what you're doing, and pray that the mission goes on, and the extension, it is going to go on. Just continue your works. I was thinking about the wonderful woman with the bag, it's very okay. Two things: we do have educated fools, right? There are educated fools. Education is super important. So we need the ones who are in academia, and we the trade skills, because some academia people, we're just super lazy and we can't do those trades. But we can think up a plan really well. So we need the academic fools and the hardworking ones too. You know what I'm saying? So a right hand and left brain, right brain, left brain. We do need them. But trade
Wow.
school is super important. About your bags, I think is beautiful, especially with Mama Alice. What's great about the bags is, in the other countries in Haiti or Africa, our Western book bag symbol. So glad if we can help support, like if we as supporters can get bags or purchase bags, make bags, so your students can go to school with the Cetro label on it or Cetro's design or something. Thinking, ooh, those book bags for the students. So just an idea, and then we can also be rocking them here in the West. Yeah. But thank you
Yeah.
so much for having to helping the students, the young people, change and love their country at home. You be safe at home. You continue your work. You're just trying to find a way to expand and safety. May the Most High guide you, protect you, give you triple, quadruple the amount of angels that you need for this service. Um,
Amen.
and the workers ourselves. So we just wanted to be here. and being part of this family. But we understand you have to grow and expand and multiply effect,
Wow.
multiply effect. So hook us up with those who support. So you can be like, I got my Cetros bag, Alice bag, you know. Thank you so much. So I
Thank you.
pause for there, and I look forward to in the future with and the fashion film. Yes.
Wa-
So
Wow.
your fashion film. Thank you, Jim too.
Okay. Thank you so very much, madam. So over to you,
And
Jim.
tell your wife much love. Love to your wife. But
Okay. Okay. So, Jim.
I would like to follow up with what you said was very important because you see, there's paintings and they go for millions of dollars, and that's a fashion. Art is fashion. It's creativity. By the way, anybody listening, please like and share this video. It's very important that we get that out. This was a great stream, and that we want to like and share. Now, there's a thing called branding. Now, when we have fashion that's unique, like the bags that we were speaking of, they can be branded and they become art fashionable. They become, a collectible, like a painting that's worth millions of dollars. These are the what I call like unique, facets of creativity, where one person can become so popular that just anything they make, like a scribble on a wall or something, could be worth a lot of money. That's branding. And you see, when you facilitate the youth and they get empowered, and all of a sudden, wasn't there a famous Twitter guy in Africa that he got taken off? You told me about this. I can't remember, but they're going to try to shut down a little bit. I mean, at the small level, they're not. But I'm not going to go there on this one. But the branding alone, and we're going to get Dr. Ajobo, and he's going to step up. And if I have to help, and if I have to do the GoFundMe myself, I'm going to do it. Yeah.
Jim, we are giving you full authorization to do it for us.
I want his help, though. I want I cannot be a front man on a GoFundMe page. No, it has to be him. He is more intelligent. He is more natured in the resonance of. Come on, it's a logical fit. But
Okay.
Dr. Ajobo, right? I got you. I'm telling you right now. Let's do it.
Game Amp.
I couldn't hear you.
You said what?
Oh,
No,
maybe
baby.
she doesn't. I don't think she knows.
Game Amp. So check us out. Link us up. I'll put it our website, our Facebook.
Oh, for Dr. Yeah, put that in the link. Would you
Okay.
Do you have he has a WhatsApp number too.
Okay, say Dr. Ojo.
No, I said.
You said what? No, be me. I want to be sure I heard you clearly. Wow. Lots of love to the Cetros for the lovely and kind work that you are doing.
I'm having problems with my phone. I'm so sorry, but you guys can check us.
Yeah, you're in and out, but you're okay. Try again.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she's in and out.
Okay. Claudia. Okay. Jim, over to you.
I think that if we have you brought up war, and I don't I'm not from your country, okay? I'm not, and you're saying you have have to have Plan B for war. Like that's, you know, something that I don't look at like on a daily basis. You know, I don't
Okay.
I don't think about it. So if I have to relate to this, and so you know, my stepfather was from Liberia, right? Remember I'm telling you this. So he told me this. So I knew what you're talking about right now. See, a lot of people don't understand that like there is a huge effort to like keep the mineral rights for the colonials in Africa. In China is moved in with this thing called the Belt and Road Initiative. And I think we're going to wrap it up right now because it gets too deep. But I'm going to say goodnight. But don't let your ports, do exactly what you're doing. Empower the youth. Because as soon as those youth start becoming educated, guess what happens? Everything falls apart. They can't argue with it. With people, they don't want critical thinkers. They don't want it. So I'll leave you with that. And by the way, did it the SEK chat super chat somebody put in? I want to match that. I don't know what the value is. Yeah, that is that South Korean. I don't know what the value of that is. A sec. I have to look that one up. Okay, so Laosh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Liso. I will match that. Yeah, Liso. Okay, I'll match that next time I find out what the value is of the currency value. And anybody else, if they ever want to match me, anytime Deo's live, I will match up to $20. Anybody.
Wow.
If you super chat, if anybody super chats $20, I will always match the $20. Okay, so that means 4 people. That means 4 people could do $5.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. Yeah.
Think about it. Every time he goes live, and it's important that every time that Deo goes live, that we support him. Every time he goes live, we have to make sure we keep supporting him. We have to make sure every time he goes live that he gets something out of this in currency. He must get it. And I'm saying that because we can't sit around. I'm looking at doing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I know my phone was acting crazy, but I have to back up what you're saying. They don't want critical thinkers. So yes, we need educated, skillful workers. And yes, we need to support the struggles every time they go on. Because you know how many people are getting paid on YouTube for foolishness? I am so tired of
exactly.
Foolishness. Anything, that's your counterbalance. Okay? Counter it. Okay? We don't fight against foolishness. Just counter it. We don't have to fight against wickedness. Just counter it with good things. We put our little love and dime and prayers and support. And I was trying to say Game Amp on Facebook. If you want to find me, it's Amp Up Your Game, because our organization is about amping up young people. What do you want to do in life? What's your mission? How can we help you? Who can we connect you with? So I feel honored to be getting my game amped up by you, Jim, Mama, the sister, and your daughters. So yes, and so that's what I was trying to say. Like, they were, Jim knows, you know what? But the thing is, sometimes we get nervous and I'm up here and I'm like, ooh, I'm saying all this and they are watching me, but it doesn't matter. You know why? Because our life is a reflection of what's happening. I'm a testify to Christ. I'm a testify to Yeshua HaMashiach. That's what I call him. My kinsman redeemer. That Jewish brother that was walking the streets or whatever. And I'm a claim who I am and happy to be with my brothers and sisters no matter what. Whether they believe in the Creator or not, it's love. Love is our light. Love is our way. So yes. So I thank you guys for helping us to all testify. We're here with you, bro. Much love. I've been wanting to get up on it. I'll be watching you guys. I'll be giggling. I'll be like, look at these little ones. They so funny.
And you did it with grand
The,
style.
the childlike nature and the love that y'all have. Your childlike nature, that's what we love about you. And thank you so
Wow.
much for being real.
Wow.
And you too, Jim.
True, good point.
He would have got me
Thank
with an
you.
element. Jim, go, Jim.
Put the pressure on Silicon Valley. If they are going to virtue signal that they're going to do something, folks, put the pressure on them. Look at anybody that thinks that they're going to be like, oh yeah, I'm a philanthropist. If they start saying that, you send them to a YouTube channel that has 40,000 subscribers and tons of video, and you show them the proof that says what's not worthy of this guy right here. You show them the proof. If they can't step up, we'll find out. But if they want to step to the side, they'll step to the side. If they want to do it gracefully, fine. But if if they've got the money and they want to toot their own horn and say they're this, I want to make sure that they're actually talking, and doing the walk. Just like you talk, what Deo said. That's the number one thing about Deo, guys. If you don't understand this, he really is the real deal. And if you don't believe it, anybody that went out and criticized him, I did my research. I mean, if you think that he's not really doing it, you're making a big mistake. Big mistake. So get involved. Centros Foundation, PayPal, his WhatsApp's out there. He's always been there for you. He comes out every week. Every time he comes out, I want to see next time, I want to see somebody else super chatting, and we need to get this guy a little bit more money. He needs a gimbal. He needs a drone. He needs these things to be better, more productive, because when that looks good, that editing becomes productive, and he's got these beautiful looks, people are going to pay attention to that. He's going to say, oh, they've got his act together. And Centros Foundation needs a GoFundMe page, because you know why? Because you can't have a real foundation without a foundation to build on. That's why we need a building.
Wow. Thank you so very much, Jim. We are so glad.
International passport for everybody in the family.
Oh my goodness.
International passport. First and foremost, people. Let's get him the international passport, please. Get that for the Shovo's family, please, please, please.
Oh, thank you very much. So with this, we want to say thank you everyone that has followed us on this live stream. It's a long one and interesting. We are so glad, so great having you guys. Till next week, Sunday, same time, 7:30 p.m. Have a great day. Bye-bye.